Welcome back! We found evidence that Kerner has been here with Sophia, and we've actually seen in a cutscene that they're nearby, so we need to give some chase. I did, however, forget to look properly at this crate when we walked past here for the first time, though.
It's a plain old empty wooden box.
And as it turns out, what you need to do is you need to close the box, which seems a little counterintuitive in light of what normally happens in these games. Because what we've got here is the invoice that we need.
It's an invoice for an observation balloon bladder.
Well, let's give that to our Port Authority friend back at the dock, and hopefully we'll have a balloon. Of course, we still need the basket, because all we're getting in the box is the bladder. We do, however, have a fish net that we can use as well, but we still need that basket. I gotta admit, finding the path back to the dock is a little confusing, because normally, at least for the 90s adventure games that I've seen in the past, most of the screens or nodes that you're on are within the viewable area. There's no panning, but here there's panning, which does produce some interesting effects with objects in the foreground, at least for this time period.
Say,
What now?
I'd like to claim my balloon.
You have the invoice, of course.
Of course.
Everything seems in order. The balloon is yours.
Perfect, alright. We need that basket, though.
Say,
What now?
Wonder if he'd be willing to barter for it.
would you accept this ancient sign for the basket?
Well, let me see. My, this is a find. A perfectly preserved inscription in Minoan hieroglyphics.
Never heard of them.
Lucky for you, I am completely fluent. Listen, road closed for repairs. Travelers use alternate route from Greater Colony on Crete.
Aha!
That's it. The Greater Colony. Kerner's on his way to Crete.
My friend, the basket is yours. Excuse me, I must study this further.
Interesting.
It reads, one standard observation balloon bladder.
And now it's all ours. So let's go ahead and put this whole thing together.
I'll tie the ends of the fishnet to the basket. I'll harness the balloon with the fishnet.
Well, that's all good, but
It just needs to be inflated.
we need to find a way to air it up. The good news for us, though, is that we've seen an air source, and not just an air source, but a hot air source. The volcanic vent near the cave that we were just exploring. So let's go ahead and head back that way and see if this will work for us. The other piece of good news is that we've also got an apparatus with which to conduct that air.
Now it should be possible to inflate the balloon.
So let's see if this rig will work.
It's a long shot, but here goes. I ought to be featured in Modern Mechanics for this.
That would be cool. But hopefully we need to stop Kerner and the Nazis first, and make it out alive if we're getting to that. And at this point in the game, we need to pilot the balloon until we find the submarine, and you do this by either venting hydrogen or dropping the ballast, and each of these actions will rotate the balloon's direction by 45 degrees. And you have to keep looking around until you find the submarine. I think the location is random, and I'm also pretty sure that we're gonna hit the edge of the map.
Must be an updraft here.
Yeah. Let's go this way. The submarine is moving around too, between areas here, so even though we may check everything, it may still be difficult to find it, because it may have drifted off into the areas we've already visited. Not over there. Wait, I think it was faster this way, wasn't it? I like this music. It's perfect balloon riding music.
Must be an updraft here.
Oh, that's the edge. Okay. Well, let's go back to where we started. Hopefully we can find something. Maybe there's a path to the left, although I don't think there is. Could be wrong, though. I also like how they put these little islands here. They didn't need to do that, but it's just nice. Okay, there is more. Well, let's go down a bit. Nothing here. I didn't want to go back up, I just wanted to get it to go a little faster. On my practice run through this area, this didn't take nearly as long, but that's just because it was located right near the start. Oh, there it is. Now what you have to do is you have to spiral down to intercept it, which can be a little tricky.
What the fucking Jordan is that?
But as long as you're in the general area, you're good.
Oh! Himmel! Halt!
I like how he tries to stop it. Thankfully, we don't have to do any of this fighting.
What do you know? The clothes almost fit.
Good. Now we just have to find a way to get Sophia out of here.
Looks nasty.
Indeed. Well, let's go look inside the submarine. Some sort of lever here.
It says Flugeldoofel.
Flugeldoofel? Can we...
I'd better not play with these controls. Who knows what they might do?
Well, that's a good point. In the team path you can play with them, though. But not on this one. Let's check out what's to our right here. Looks like Kerner and Sophia and Uberman are all talking here in this room. And the captain and a couple of men here are discussing something.
Boy, is this rag greasy.
Well, greasy rags are definitely musts for adventurers, right?
I can't reach it.
Whoops. No, I wanted
The closet door is in the way.
No, I wanted to open up the trap door. There we go. Can we hear anything they're saying?
A source of power greater than any known to man!
And
It doesn't look that strong to me.
now, Miss Hapgood, it's time to share your knowledge.
Not on your life, jerk.
It's your life we're talking about, Fraulein, so? Or a calcum.
More than you'll ever know.
You'll just hear random snippets of conversation most of the time.
The trap door is in the way.
Yeah, I wanted to close the trapdoor. There we go. There's also a clothesline here.
It's a pretty strong piece of twine.
Strong pieces of twine are also musts for adventurers.
I'll just dump these wet clothes on the floor.
Okay, hopefully they won't mind, but I guess we don't really care. And here's the bathroom, or the head. No, I didn't want to go up. Sorry, I didn't want to go up.
You there.
Sir?
Or what are you doing here, soldier?
Can you believe it? Kerner's got me guarding a rock. Not that I'm complaining, mind you, but I should have gone off duty hours ago.
A rock, huh? Well, if it's one of the stone discs that we're looking for, then that may be of some interest to us, and we might want to try to get this guy out of here. Looks like we found the kitchen.
I'll bet it's hard as a rock. I'll take a couple of slices.
And we've got some meat.
Don't mind if I do.
Let's
I already have it.
Let's try making ourselves a sandwich here. I'm sorry, that noise. For some reason it just cracks me up. Well, food can be a great motivator. Maybe we can convince this guy to go in there and make one himself.
What do you want?
You look hungry.
Now that looks tempting. I couldn't possibly take yours, though.
Well, why don't you make your own? I'll cover for you.
Would you?
Sure.
Thanks.
If you try to do that without the sandwich, he'll say that only Colonel Kerner can relieve him, which then requires you to find a different strategy. And there's the Moonstone. Awesome. We also got some torpedo instructions.
It's a pamphlet entitled Torpedo Launch Instructions.
Could come in handy. And
The sub's changing course.
I was gonna say, there's usually a cutscene that takes place right after you get the stone. Looks like we made it to Crete, though.
I can't believe you lost the Moonstone!
Relax, Herr Doctor. We'll find it. We can't allow petty theft among this scurvy crew to stall our expedition.
And if Fraulein Hapgut fails to find an alternative?
I'm not worried. She'll come through.
You should live so long.
She can't help herself. She wants to find Atlantis as badly as we do.
I'd better get myself out of here.
And for some reason the game transports Indy right back up here. Probably so that you can try doing this.
No naval personnel on deck, sir. Kerner's orders.
Stand aside, soldier. I'm an officer.
I have orders to shoot.
Oh, my mistake.
Unfortunately, we can't actually go that way. We're going to need to find an alternate way off the sub. But what else is there? Well, we did pick up some torpedo launching instructions, which could come in handy. Never thought about launching ourselves out of a torpedo tube, but it looks like it may be the only way to catch up with everybody else.
You.
Sir?
My bad, I'm sorry about that. My watch, for some reason, has an alarm set to 2 minutes before 11 o'clock at night, and I don't recall setting it, but it could have been a long time ago.
Why are there so many army men on this Navy sub?
Orders from Berlin. The scuttlebutt is Obermann and his thugs have friends in high places.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
And what are you working on, Chief?
Some idiot crossed up the wires on the aft torpedo controls. Better stay clear until I get them uncrossed. You could start a fire.
A fire, huh? Well, if we want to launch ourselves out of a torpedo tube over there, where the captain and the 2 men are, then they might be willing to come over here if there's some sort of crisis. Because I sure wouldn't want to use this area on the aft side to launch myself if it's malfunctioning.
Carry on, sailor.
Aye, sir.
So let's see if we can initiate some sort of distraction. Heidi. That sure is a torpedo named Heidi, I guess.
Nothing happened.
Well, first things first, let's put something on the wires that would actually cause a fire. The oily rag would probably do.
Let's put it to good use.
And what you have to figure out here, and what really confused me when I first played this game, is that you have to use the torpedo instructions on the control panel before you could do anything. Which, I guess in real life makes sense. Or, excuse me, in an adventure game makes sense, but in real life you would read the control panel instructions. So, I don't know why you couldn't use this and just look it over and then be able to operate everything, but oh well.
Okay, it's ready to fire. It's too complicated to figure out.
Oh, I meant to click on this.
Uh-oh.
Perfect.
What's that smell?
Fire!
Did they just step right over that hole? That
That
looked
ought to
really
hold
weird.
them for a while.
Alright, let's get out of here. First things first, though, before we launch ourselves out of a tube, we need to change our clothes.
Out here in public? No way.
Indy wear by Lucasfilm.
Out here in public? No way.
I thought you could... Oh.
I'd like some privacy.
Oh, you have to close it, right. Now we use it.
Might as well. I'm already there.
Alright, so now that we're back in good old Indy clothes, let's go out here and launch ourselves out of a torpedo tube. But before we do that, we gotta use the instructions on this control panel as well. I guess they're two completely different control panels.
Okay, all I have to do is push the lever.
True, but we need to get inside the torpedo and then find a way to control the lever from in there. The good news is that we've got something that can help with that. We've got this clothesline.
I'll tie the clothesline to the switch.
And all we have to do is just pull on the clothesline and everything should work out. Awesome.
I hate getting wet.
Well, it's certainly better than getting shot at by that guy on the top there. Now, at this point, there's a couple of options that we can take. We can go here to the left, which will lead to some ruins, but this area is the only area that you can actually get to, or any only real substantial area that you can get to in the Wits path that really holds no purpose whatsoever. It's useful in the Team and the Fists path, but not on this one. Mainly just because on that one it's used to get the Moonstone, which we've already got here. They probably took it out just because we've already got so much stuff that was added to this path that wasn't in the other ones. And it is pretty much longer than the other ones as is, so that's probably why all this stuff over there was technically cut out as far as being required is concerned. When I first played the game, though, I thought you had to do something over there, so I was over there for quite some time. But if you do want to see what to do over there, feel free to check out the other paths. In the meantime, though, let's go ahead and use our stones here. The dialogue talked about using a moonstone at the greater colony, which is where we're at, so we need to put both of them on there. Once again, we need to put the noon sun here, and the dialogue mentioned that we need to get... whoops. My bad. We need to get the full moon underneath that as well. And once again, this is random, much like the sun. So let's see if this works.
What do you know? A secret door.
Awesome. Well, we're just gonna have to explore that door in the next video.